Well, David Walker has never made a more spectacular, nor indeed a more important entrance. A little peck in the cheek for his manager and promoter, Mick Hennessy, who has made this evening possible. But is it an impossible ask, as the chaps up in the studio said, for David Walker to make the quantum leap from being the champion of the southern area to challenging for a European title against, pound for pound, one of the best boxers in this particular division in the world? Well, 4,000 people here at Alexandra Palace will say it's not impossible for David Walker, and they've come to support the man from Sidcup, the man they call Kid Dynamite. Great character, loves his boxing, loves everything that goes with boxing. Last time out we thought he wasn't even going to be a Southern Area champion. Down twice to Spencer Fear, and came back with typical David Walker grit and determination to take that title, to catapult himself into the very top rankings. He may not be the top man in this division in Britain, but he's got a chance to be the top man in this division in Europe. And as Richie Woodall quite rightly said, having been there himself, when you get the opportunity, you're not going to waste it. What a roar there's going to be for David Walker. Looking quiet, composed, organised. Mick Williamson, his skills, one hopes, will not be needed. What will be needed is a display of courage and heart and determination and commitment that David Walker has never produced before. He's never been in a 12-rounder before. He's never gone past 8 rounds. But what a man he's in against.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the European champion from Russia, Roman Karmazin.
Purposeful stride and a confident air about this hard man from St. Petersburg, the 30-year-old Roman Karmazin, the man who calls himself Made in Hell, and he has put 1 or 2 opponents before through that very part of the underworld. He is a seriously tough man, former challenger for the WBC interim title, and he makes the 2nd defense of a title he's held twice. His manager Philip Fondue said he's not a big puncher. He has put away no fewer than 20 opponents. And this is the European champion, Roman Karmazin from St. Petersburg in Russia.
Ladies and gentlemen, the officials appointed for this contest by the European Boxing Union, the supervisor, Mr. Simon Block. The British Boxing Board has control steward in charge, Mr. Phil Lundgren, and the timekeeper, Mr. Michael McCann. The judges at ringside, Mr. Richie Davis, Mr. Ian John Lewis, and Mr. Larry O'Connell, all from England. And in charge of the action, the referee from Leeds, Mr. Mickey Van. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the main event of the evening. Here at the magnificent setting of the Grand Hall at Alexandra Palace in North London, we're live and exclusive on BBC Sport. You've joined us for Championship Boxing, promoted by Hennessy Sports and sponsored by The Sun. who proudly present a defining moment. A contest of 12 3-minute rounds to decide the light middleweight championship of Europe. Between and introducing the boxers. And firstly, fighting out of the red corner. He wears the all-white trunks and comes from Sidcup at Normandy. He weighed in at 10 stone, 13.5 pounds, and brings to the ring a 21-fight professional record, 19 wins, 11 wins coming by way of knockout, with 1 loss and 1 draw. Ladies and gentlemen, he's the 2-weight Southern Area champion, and tonight, the challenger for the title, presenting David Kid Dynamite Walker! And ladies and gentlemen, across the ring in the blue corner, wearing the white trunks trimmed with black, coming from St. Petersburg in Russia. He weighed in at 10 stone, 13.75 pounds, and brings to Britain a 33-fight professional record, 31 wins, 20 coming by way of knockout, with 1 loss and 1 draw. He comes tonight to the ring as the current and defending European champion, making the 2nd defense of his title, presenting from Russia, the European light middleweight champion, Roman Karmazin. In charge of the action, Mr. Mickey Van from Leeds, who will now give his final instructions to both boxers.
You couldn't get a more experienced man than Mickey Van.
Okay, you both had your instructions in the dressing rooms. Don't forget what I told you, or no naughties with the head. Shake hands, buddy corners, good luck.
12 3-minute rounds for the light middleweight championship of Europe.
Well, what a truly magnificent setting here in the Grand Hall in dear old Alexandra Palace, known as Ali Pali. Well, if David Walker can come through tonight, he truly will be king of Europe. But he's got to dethrone a serious piece of work. First bell then for a scheduled 12-rounder, the 11-stone division in Europe. And David Walker has made a huge leap from being Southern Area champion to win against a man who really is world-class. Mickey Van, the referee. 3 judges, all from Kent: Larry O'Connell, Ian John Lewis, and Richie Davis. And Karmazin, a little bit taller and leaner, looks in great shape, and there's a great Duke McKenzie air of confidence about this Russian.
Yeah, he looks very, very positive, very, very focused. It's a huge ask for Walker. He's just being outboxed at the moment by Karmazin. You know, this guy started, he's a well-schooled, well-travelled boxer. He's been all around the world. He's been Germany, he's been Belgium, he's boxed in Atlantic City.
Well, Karmazin is the 2nd defender of the title. He's won it for a 2nd time. He was due to have met Oscar De La Hoya in Las Vegas last year. De La Hoya diplomatically avoided him and went into a big money fight with Fernando Vargas. And Karmazin had to settle for the interim title when he lost to a good Spaniard, Javier Castillejo, the only blemish on his career. And already those sharp, accurate punches of his and fast hands are too much for David Walker. And Walker really has to start covering up. We thought that Walker might want to have to take the fight to Karmazin, and already Walker's face is starting to redden up a little bit. Got a little right hand from David Walker, and again, Karmazin tall and lean and rangy, and there's not a pick of excess poundage on this well-made frame of his. He really looks like an athlete.
Yeah, you know, but Karmazin's, he's absolutely world-class. Walker will need this crowd to lift him to almost superhuman efforts tonight if he's going to lift this championship.
Well, we saw him come back from 2 knockdowns at the hands of Spencer Fearon for a Southern Area title. But this is against a man who has won his last 2 contests by spectacular knockouts against a Spaniard and Michael Rask from Denmark. Oh, Karmazin took Walker's shot, looked over his corner and grinned, and the crowd are on their feet. They will be encouraged by that. Walker will be encouraged by that. But what was a little bit disconcerting was the way that Karmazin took it and then winked at his corner. He holds that left hand of his very low, and can Walker punish him for that?
Well, he's got a left hand low. Walker needs to throw the right hand with a lot more conviction, get a little bit closer, get his head right up on Karmazin's chest, and just start to punch.
Well, we always did feel that Walker was perhaps more of a welterweight. He struggled with that particular division. He's looked a bit more comfortable at 11 stones. He's just half a pound under it for this contest. Karmazin has a very, very wicked-looking left hook, and Walker must keep that right hand of his up. McHennessy on the far side on his feet shouting, "Stay low, David." Good shot from Walker, good right hand. Karmazin, I think, just nicked that one. Champion back to the corner, Igor Schaefer and Igor Lebedev. And Philippe Fondue in the corner.
Let's start adjusting a bit more, let's carry the shots as well. Don't block one and then miss the two. Dave, bend these knees low. Don't stand up tall with them, all right? When you get that jab there, you get that right hand over the top and come back.
A little bit of swelling underneath the left eye of David Walker. McWilliamson going to work straight away, and he's listening intently to Rob McCracken.
Bend your knees, don't stand up tall. Dave, come on.
So there is the challenger, David Walker. Just one little blemish, a loss to Jimmy Vincent and a draw, but otherwise 19 wins from 21 professional contests, 11 inside the distance.
Come back high, Dave, not
Seconds up, round 2.
3 minutes gone, and like a good world-class poker player, Roman Karmazin is not showing David Walker anything like all his cards. Karmazin working well to the body. He's picked up the pace very definitely at the start of this second round. This is scheduled for 12. Either way, Duke, it ain't going to go 12.
I can't see this fight going 12 rounds. Both fighters are being too busy. That was good advice from Dave Walker's corner, saying to him, whatever you throw, bend your knees and roll after each combination. He's standing up a little bit too straight and he's getting picked off. Karmazin, for his part, is throwing a wicked right uppercut with a left uppercut followed by a right hand over the top.
Karmazin trying to work to Walker's body to pull down the defence of the Englishman, whose hands are held much higher than normal, and they'll have to be. Good shot, that was a slip. Walker nearly landed with a left of his own. He's got to keep on top of this fellow all the time. He's got to be totally ruthless, and if he has to be, he's got to be unorthodox.
This is a good champion. You know, this kid's not loading up with every punch, Karmazin. He's being very, very fluent, very, very loose. He's got a very relaxed style. He's got Walker on the back foot, and that's where David Walker doesn't want to be.
Good variation. Walker got caught with a good right hand after a shot to the body. Karmazin's hand speed is proving to be the decisive factor so far. Karmazin starting to enjoy this now. He's got the hands low. Walker shipped a big right, wobbled slightly. Double hook from Karmazin. Down goes Walker on one knee.
Body punch. It was a body punch that sunk in.
Walker up at 8. Down for a count. Not for the first time in his career. Double jab. Good right hand by Walker, but not enough behind it. He needs to step in. He needs to really throw caution to the wind now. He's getting outboxed.
But we said that Karmazin was world-class, and he's showing his class right now, just by keeping Walker at bay, looking to tee him up with that left hook to the body again.
Well, this is unknown territory for David Walker. It's a massive jump from being a pretty good domestic boxer to go in against a man who's without a doubt in the top 10 in the world.
I don't know if Walker's got something in his eye, but he's blinking quite a lot. With his right eye, he's blinking quite a lot. I don't know if he took a thumb in the eye, I'm not sure.
I think Juki always does that, to be quite honest. I've watched him box quite a few times since he turned pro with McHennessy, and that's just a little trait that he has. 20 seconds remaining. Walker down. This is going to be a 10-8 round to the Russian champion. Karmazin in the white with the black stripes. Walker in the silver with a little bit of gold trim. A few seconds remaining. Walker's done well. Torrid second round for gallant David Walker. Good right hand by him at the end. Everything he does, 4,000.